Good evening, family members, friends, faculty members, and of course our Doctor of Physical Therapy program graduates. On behalf of the University of Evansville, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the special hooding and pinning ceremony, where we're going to celebrate our graduates' academic achievements and professional milestones. Today marks a significant moment in the lives of our graduates. They've worked tirelessly to reach this point in their academic journey. We're proud of your dedication, your hard work, and your commitment to excellence. And we look forward to celebrating your success for years to come. This ceremony is an opportunity for us to honor our graduates' achievements, recognize their contributions to the field of physical therapy, and inspire them as they embark on the next phase of their journey. So let us all come together as a community to celebrate this momentous occasion and congratulate the class of 2023 Doctor of Physical Therapy graduates. I am honored to be here today to celebrate your hard work and dedication as you become doctors of physical therapy. You've spent countless hours studying, practicing, and developing your skills to become experts in your field. And I'm confident that you will go on to make a positive impact in all the lives of your patients. As you embark on this new journey, I want to remind you of the incredible responsibility and privilege of being a healthcare worker. You will be entrusted with the care of individuals who are vulnerable and are in need of your expertise and compassion. You will have the power to alleviate pain, promote healing, and restore function to those who have lost it. But with great power comes great responsibility. You will encounter challenges and obstacles that test your knowledge, skill, and patience. You will be called upon to make difficult decisions, and you must communicate effectively with patients, families, and other healthcare providers. In these moments, I urge you to remember why you became a physical therapist. You have a passion for helping others, a drive to make a difference in the world, and a dedication to lifelong learning. Hold on to these values and let them guide you as you navigate the challenges ahead. Remember that you are not alone in this journey. You have a community of colleagues, mentors, and friends who are here to support you. Lean on them for guidance, encouragement, and wisdom. Seek out opportunities to collaborate and learn from others, and never stop striving to improve your skills and knowledge. As you receive your hood and pin today, I hope you feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. You have earned this recognition through your hard work and dedication, and you should be proud of your accomplishments. But this is not the end of your journey. It's only the beginning. You are joining a constantly evolving profession, one that is adapting to new challenges and opportunities every day. Embrace this change and never stop learning and growing as a physical therapist. You have the power to make a difference in the lives of your patients, and I know that you will use that power wisely and compassionately. Congratulations, doctors of physical therapy. I'm excited to see all that you will accomplish in the coming years. At this time, it is my great pleasure to introduce our next speaker. As a passionate advocate for higher education and a visionary leader, President Chris Petruskevich has dedicated his career to fostering academic excellence, promoting diversity and inclusion, and creating a vibrant and engaged community of learners. Under Pres P's leadership, our university has become a beacon of innovation, scholarship, and service, attracting some of the brightest minds in the world and preparing them to become leaders in the fields. It is an honor to have Pres P with us to celebrate this momentous occasion and inspire us with his wisdom and encouragement. Please join me in welcoming the University of Evansville's 24th president, President Chris Petroskevich.
Well, thank you and good afternoon. You've been promised some wisdom. I'm not sure how much wisdom you can do dressed in purple from head to toe, but I'm going to try my best. It is great to see you dressed in the uniforms of academia, from our faculty dressed in their regalia to our students dressed in the gowns of graduation. It marks another symbol in the lives of your work here at the University of Evansville. 33 months ago, you put on white coats for the first time, and at that time, I said, you're probably not going to wear your white coat while you're practicing, but it is a symbol of doing what's right. And I hope today, as you continue your journey and wear yet a different symbol of what it means to be part of the University of Evansville, that you continue to do the same things that I asked you to do 33 months ago, and that is to do the right thing. You know, the university has a very simple mission statement. It is 18 words. It is we empower students to think critically, act bravely, serve responsibly, and live meaningfully in a changing world. And I can't imagine a group of people that have already lived the mission of the university through your ACE Care programs and your service to our community. I hope that when you leave the University of Evansville, number one, that you always remember us, and number two, that you carry with us the symbols that ask you to do the right things in the future. Thank you for being part of the University of Evansville. Congratulations.
Our next speaker was chosen by the graduating class as we ask them each year to select a faculty member to speak at the ceremony. It is my honor and privilege to get to introduce the 2023 faculty speaker, Dr. Kate Schwarzkopf-Pfeiffer. She's an associate professor and is in her 8th year here at UE DPT. She teaches in our musculoskeletal and scientific inquiry content and is a faculty advisor for ACE Care and PT Club. Welcome, Kate.
Well, thank you all so much for inviting me to speak at your ceremony today. I have to admit, when Emily came into my office to tell me that I had been selected by your class, I was a little shocked because I have this thing where I get older but just never wiser. So I thought, what can I possibly share with them on this momentous occasion? What can I possibly say that would have any meaning to you? So I decided I would go to my source, the place where I go whenever I'm searching for answers to tough questions. And after I reread Harry Potter for the 11th time, I realized that this class needs something different. This class needs the words of someone who has experienced life's ups and downs, has experienced love and loss, tremendous success and spectacular failure. This class needs words that transcend space and time. This class needs Taylor Swift. I know there are some fellow Swifties in the crowd, and I also know that there are some people who dislike Taylor Swift, and yet some people who are also like, which one's Taylor Swift again? And while I don't understand how you can be either of the latter, I accept that that's true. So regardless of your Swiftiness or lack thereof, I am here to show you that Taylor Swift's lyrics are the soundtrack to your DPT experience. Are you ready for it? It only goes downhill from there, guys. You started the DPT program in the summer of 2020 in a virtual format. When we finally all met each other, we were wearing masks, which is such a bizarre way to introduce yourself to people that you're going to be spending so much time with over the course of 3 years. Do you remember when we finally got to take those masks off? Do you remember that moment when you realized exactly how awful your brain is at auto-completing other people's faces? It was like snow on the beach. It was weird, but beautiful. If you're not familiar with the song, some of Taylor Swift's lyrics are not school words, so keep those to myself. Let me be clear, DPT class of 2023, I knew you were trouble when you met the developmental milestone of backward skipping, right? That's actually why Dr. Sam Mackey's here. She's here to teach you how to skip, Jake. We told her it was an award, but it's not that. Caroline Haddad and Allison Druin gave us the shockingly successful and equally loathed, if you're a faculty member, PIA Professor fundraiser for ACE Care, which is also when Michaela Harper gave Dr. Matzel his recurrent nightmares. Now, we all know that I paid her to somewhat aggressively pie this helpless man, which I know sounds terrible, but in my defense, I have none. We also know that this scheme literally blew up in my face in no small part to Andrew Tanis, Tyler Minnie, Mason Stitt. That's right, fellas, I was taking names. And no one likes a mad woman. I suppose you could say I got what I deserved, because me and Karma vibe like that. Anyway, Michaela's performance was worthy of the now coveted Golden Pie Plate Award, which was basically just a styrofoam plate I found in the cabinet that my daughter and I painted gold. It admittedly was not our best work, but when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Skylar Walden, Lexi Sutherland, and the rest of the Ace Buddies board planned our very first community event at Mesker Park Zoo, at which we had 92 student volunteers, all of which were DPT students, and served 37 participants. I actually don't even have a lyric for this. I was just really proud of it, and I just wanted to brag about that for a second. And this is probably as good a time as any to throw in that Johnny Walker made me promise to say his name during this speech because he swore it would make his mom really proud, so. You're welcome, Johnny. Moving on. After exiting Dr. Pitt's neurobio class, I can guarantee this phrase was inevitably uttered. The more that you say, the less I know. I know there were times, maybe many times, during your DPT education that you watched your friends graduate, start their jobs, make real money, where you probably thought to yourself, the road not taken looks real good now. And I ain't trying to mess with your self-expression, but I've learned a lesson that stressing and obsessing about somebody else is no fun. So I hope that as you sit here in your seats now, you realize that your decision to choose this path leads to a career full of life-changing interactions and lifelong learning. I know some of you are also thinking, yeah, but we are never, ever, ever, ever going back to school. And that's fine. I also know some of you have already changed your minds about that because many of you are going on to residencies to become experts in things like orthopedics and sports and pediatrics. And a few more of you, however sheepishly, might even be considering terminal doctorate degree programs. Because I'm a mastermind. Your parents are hearing that thought for the first time and thinking, more school? Are you serious? You're on your own, kid. Some of you might also be thinking, I'm not ready to be a full-on adult. I just want to stay in that lavender haze of Dr. Whetstone's office, because that's where we all go for emotional support, right? It's okay, she's our favorite professor too. Just know that Dr. Whetstone and the rest of us will be there for you as long as you let us. And finally, as this long, weird 3-year journey comes to an end, it truly feels like saying goodbye is death by 1,000 cuts. So even though this moment is bittersweet, after watching all of you grow into amazing healthcare providers and humans, inspiring me to be better at both, and reminding me of why I have the absolute best job in the whole world, I find myself thinking, I don't know how it gets better than this. Congratulations, DPT class of 2023. We're so proud of you. I had a marvelous time. I also have the honor of introducing the next speaker. So every year our students select a classmate to be the keynote student speaker, and this year our class has selected Rachel Howie.
Right. Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel Howie, and I have the great honor of representing the UE DPT class of 2023 as their class speaker. As I just told KSB, that's going to be a tough act to follow. But I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, and for those who weren't able to attend and are watching from home, we want to thank you as well. I want to start off with saying a tremendous congratulations to the class of 2023. We did it. 20 years of school, maybe some more for others, and we've reached the end of a road. And a road that has had some bumps and curves and has ultimately been a pretty crazy ride. But now that this road may be ending, it's just the beginning of many new roads that we haven't even discovered yet. We have an opportunity to go out in this world and do the impossible. It's an exciting time, but also a pretty scary time. Over the years, we've had the opportunity to hold hands with professors, our family and friends, and fellow classmates. We've been guided along a pathway to help us reach a common goal. But now, we have a chance to go out in this world on our own and do the impossible, strive for greatness, and ultimately advocate for this beautiful profession. Although I say on our own, I want to remind everyone that the support system we've created throughout our journey will always be there. KSB told me a story the other day in our advising session that really stuck with me. She talked to me about her first time going to perform a lumbar manip on a patient, and she was terrified. So she called one of her professors, and the entire time she performed the manip, she had the professor on the phone, walking her through every step. So that really stuck with me and reminded me that the support system, although our goals may be different going forward, that these people are here for us every step of the way, and hand in hand if we need it. Going off this story, I want to speak a little bit more on our professors, the people who have filled our minds with knowledge. We get the opportunity to go out in this world and only hope to make the difference you have each made in us. You provided us with much more than knowledge. You've helped shape us into the students, clinicians, and people we have strived to be. You have been friends, mentors, and for some, future colleagues. You have been a shoulder to cry on when we felt lost, been a listening ear when we've been stressed, and been an open book and inspiration to help us achieve all our goals. We have truly been blessed by a faculty that strives for greatness, but also teaches us how to reach it. I know on behalf of my fellow graduates, I can say we have truly learned from some of the best there is and wouldn't trade our experiences in grad school for the world. You have helped us fall in love with this profession and remind us every day that our patients come first. So thank you, and thank you again. Now to our parents, friends, and loved ones, I want to also thank each of you. You've taken the time today to come and celebrate your graduate. I know that you'll be giving many congrats to the graduates today, but we also want to congratulate you. You've helped us along this journey in more ways than you will ever know. You provided us opportunities and ways and support that are beyond repayable. You've been there for each of us through the excitement, but also through the stress, helping us make big decisions, adjust to grad school life, and encourage us to always follow our dreams. We should be congratulating you because without you, we wouldn't be sitting here today. I look out at my family who's come from all over, whether that's Florida, Illinois, Ohio, and I'm just so thankful for you guys being a part of my journey. And thank you again to everyone in the room, as well as loved ones who could not be here today. Give your graduates some big hugs. And now for the main event, the graduates. I want to thank each of you. I don't think I could thank any of you enough. It's hard to describe the people in this room in words because they have become more than just friends. I've had the pleasure of spending the last 3 years with an incredible bunch of people. Your graduates are truly some of the best people I have met. They create an environment of support, inspiration, and kindness. As a class, I feel like we've got to celebrate many successes together, allowing us to build unbreakable bonds, learn from each other, and be there in hard times. I am lucky to have met this group of people. I have laughed harder, smiled more, and created the most exciting memories that I look forward to looking back on. Grad school has been many things, but I think we can all say we are excited to look forward to these next few months, whether getting our first PT job, moving to a new city, for some getting married. School has taught us many things about ourselves, and now we get to go out in this opportunity and learn more. To end, I want to give some advice to the graduates that my family has always given me. My dad has always told me, even in the hard times, to never give up, never say the word can't, and give 100% of yourself, and you'll never be disappointed. My mom is always reminding me that it's only impossible if I say it is. Dream big and go after what I want, and love others with your whole heart. And what my brother would say, good luck, buddy. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and congrats to the class of 2023. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud to be a graduate of UE-DPT. Next, I'm going to introduce our ACE Care speaker, Miss Maddie Franklin.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maddie Franklin, and I previously served as the class of 2023's ACE Care coordinator. If we were to poll the graduates of UE-DPT, Family Feud style, and ask, why physical therapy, I can pretty much guarantee the top answer would be to help others. One of the most special and unique opportunities that UE-DPT has provided throughout the last 3 years is the ability to do just that. As students, we have been able to participate in a program called ACE Care. ACE Care is a student-run pro bono organization that began 11 years ago when students approached the professors here about ways to reach and impact underserved populations in the Evansville area. Their goal was to provide free physical therapy services to the people that really needed it. With the help of our amazing faculty advisors, this organization has grown to now encompass 3 different branches, and we serve roughly 100 patients a semester. This organization has a profound impact on not just our patients' lives, but all of our volunteers. Having the opportunity to touch someone else's life by providing services as a student has been rewarding beyond measure. And whenever graduate school has gotten a little bit overwhelming, ACE Care helps us to bring us back to the answer to that question, why physical therapy? While ACE Care is a student-led organization, it would not be possible without the help of our faculty and also the help of our licensed physical therapy volunteers. These are graduated physical therapists that donate their free time to oversee and guide us as we provide these services. Without them, this program could not run, and we would not have the ability to serve these patients. We are incredibly thankful and beyond appreciative of what they do. Each year, we want to honor one of our licensed volunteers with the Volunteer of the Year Award here at this ceremony. This year, I have the privilege of introducing our winner, Sam Mackey. Sam is a graduate of the University of Evansville Doctor of Physical Therapy program in 2020, where she was presented the Mary Kessler Leadership Award. Since graduation, she has served in a variety of settings and populations, including geriatric home health, outpatient orthopedics, and, in her greatest passion, pediatrics. Sam is a current member of the APTA Pediatric Chapter and has presented at the Indiana Early Intervention Conference. She also is a volunteer in the 3rd-year pediatric lab curriculum at UE. Sam has recently moved and now lives in St. Louis, Missouri, and treats little ones at Mercy Development Center. But beyond her bio, Sam is an incredible person and someone I feel honored to have learned from. She is optimistic and passionate, and she has personally helped me through multiple complex patient cases with the utmost kindness and patience. She has been an integral member of our organization, and we will miss her very, very dearly. Everyone, please join me in giving a round of applause to our 2023 Volunteer of the Year, Sam Mackey.
Congratulations, Sam. I will certainly echo Maddie's thoughts. We do miss you dearly here in the Evansville area. Next up, we get the opportunity to award one of our local clinicians the Friend of PT Award. This award is decided upon by the faculty, and it's often someone external to the university that has supported the program over the years, as well as worked hard to elevate the profession of physical therapy. And this year's award winner is Megan Bretz. Megan is a 2001 graduate of the UE PT program. She's employed by PT Solutions here in Evansville, providing services at Ascension St. Vincent. She currently serves as a treating clinician in both the inpatient and outpatient settings. She directs and mentors within the St. Vincent Evansville Neurological Residency Program for physical therapists, consults with the Institute for Knowledge Translation Advanced Practical Practice Curriculum, and teaches as an adjunct instructor within the UE DPT program. Got to take a breath for that. She's awesome. Megan also oversees the student education program, facilitating the clinical placement of various students within occupational, speech, and physical therapy programs. She's achieved her board certification in neurological physical therapy in 2016. Her primary caseload is in outpatient rehabilitation, which includes patients that have had strokes or spinal cord injuries, Parkinson's disease, and vestibular dysfunctions. Megan has presented additionally at various local, state, and national level on several topics related to best practice in neurological rehab. In fact, implementing changes in practice and really setting the standard for inpatient rehab right here in small little Evansville that has gone across the U.S. Megan and her husband Brian live just west of Evansville. We won't hold that against her as a West Side. I'm just kidding. I'm a cake eater that lives in Newburgh, so with their teenagers, Patrick and Lucy, she continues to be a great support for our students as a professional and as an educator. We are so very thankful for her and to have her actually as part of our team. Congratulations, Megan. The next awards we're going to present are actually for our graduates, and the faculty have the privilege of awarding these. And so first we have the Mary McMillan Nominee Award, and then we have the Outstanding Clinical Award, the Mary Kessler Leadership Award, and the Outstanding Physical Therapist Award. Our clinical award will be presented by our Director of Clinical Education, Dr. Mark Martineau. The Mary Kessler Leadership Award will be presented by Dr. Katie Whetstone on behalf of Dean Mary Kessler. And the Outstanding Physical Therapist Award will be presented by Dr. Phil Plisky. So first up is actually the Mary McMillan Nominee Award, which is my privilege to get to announce. The Mary McMillan Scholarship Award is awarded from the American Physical Therapy Association each year. Each DPT program has the opportunity to nominate a deserving student for the award. The intent of the award is to recognize students who exhibit superior scholastic ability and potential for future professional contributions. Recipients will be selected on the basis of the following criteria: superior scholastic performance, past productivity, evidence of potential contribution to physical therapy, and service to the American Physical Therapy Association. The class of 2023 includes several strong students who exhibit these qualities, but our faculty had to pick one. Our nominee excels in all four areas. Her classmates say things like, when we think of a word to describe Rachel, the first one that comes to mind is a superhero. She works tirelessly to organize fun and engaging sessions to help build a community of love and support for all Acercise participants and their families. We have watched Rachel personally call each individual and their family members to check in and ask about better ways to serve their unique needs. Rachel is inherently unselfish and always works for the good of others. To Rachel, involvement in her various organizations isn't about recognition or building a resume. She has a deep purpose and a call to serve that intrinsically motivates her to spend every free moment involving herself in causes that will better the lives of others. Her advisor, Dr. Kate Schwarzkopf-Pfeiffer, echoed the students' comments by also saying, Rachel is the epitome of a leader in physical therapy. She is an inspiring leader committed to excellence. Rachel has the potential and passion to influence our profession for the better. This nominee is competing with many other candidates across the nation to receive this scholarship award, and we'll find out sometime later this year of the results. But we would like to celebrate her today, and so we're so proud of her, and pleased to announce the winner of the Mary McMillan Nomination Award goes to Rachel Howie.
As Dr. Hebner already mentioned, my name is Dr. Mark Martineau, and I'm Director of Clinical Education here. So because of that, I get to be the spokesperson to announce the award for the Outstanding Clinical Performance. And first, I want to congratulate the entire class of 2023, because whenever I read and see, and all the faculty, as we see the comments and compliments from your clinical instructors, there were just a number of you that did some pretty amazing things out on your clinicals. And so with that said, sometimes it's not easy to figure out who rises to the top. But each year as we do this, we look at things from a lot of different perspectives. And this year, the person that rose to the top, I think it'll be fairly obvious as I mention some of the reasons why they're receiving this award. But first of all, for the benefit of the friends and family that are here with us today, I want to just explain that or remind you that the students in the program, they go through the equivalent of 4 different clinical placements or internships, if you will. And during that time, their clinical instructors, a licensed professional that is assigned to them to oversee their performance, use a clinical performance instrument tool to give them feedback and rate them on how they're doing. And there's 18 different categories on that instrument. And students typically will start out from that of a beginner level to advanced beginner to intermediate to advanced intermediate to entry level, and maybe at times even beyond entry level. And the goal and the expectation of our program is by the time they reach tonight, at the culmination of their final clinical, they are all at an entry level performance, or possibly even a little bit above. And that just means they're ready to go out into the real world and do this deal. So I wanted to give you that background to put this in perspective, because the person that's winning this award today, at the conclusion of their very first clinical, which occurs at the end of only their first year in the program, and still having 2 years to go in the program, scored at an entry level in every category on the clinical performance instrument after just the first clinical, and they still had 2 years to go. So that in and of itself was our first clue early on, this person may be a candidate for this award. Then I'm going to fast forward to save time to the third clinical. They did well on the second clinical as well, but on the third clinical, this student was in a setting that was a large health system, and I had the privilege during this time to do a site visit at this facility when the student was there. And with site visits, we always connect with the students, see how they're doing. We see the site and tour the facility and check it out. But then we always sit down with the clinical instructor and just to find out, how things are going. And I can vividly remember when I sat down, because it hasn't been that long ago, with this clinical instructor and said, well, how are things going? And one of the first things that I heard her say was that I want you to know that I've been a CI for many years, and I don't remember the number of years that she said now, but I'm thinking it was about 15. And I've had many students throughout that time, and keep in perspective, we get students from many different universities at this facility. And she looked at me and said, Mark, I have never received so many positive compliments from so many different patients and staff than I have with your student. So that was my second clue that this may be a pretty good candidate for this award. And things that she told me was that not only did other physical therapy staff come up to her, but she said occupational therapists, speech therapists, nursing staff, patient care techs, custodial staff stopped her from time to time in the hallway and say, who is this PT student that you have here? They are just outstanding. The student would do extra things like offer to help with patient transfers and go and get a towel and help clean up messes. And she said, we have great students here. She said, we just have never had a student that does all those extra intangibles. And she went on to say that your student is the best that I've ever seen. Pretty impressive. And if that's not enough, I will mention from the final clinical experience. It's not common at all on this clinical performance instrument to have a clinical instructor write a separate little, almost letter, if you will, at the end of their scoring system on the clinical performance instrument. But this one did. And I'm going to ask you to hold your applause here until the very end, but I want to go ahead and kind of read directly what the clinical instructor said. And I'm going to go ahead and mention the student's name as I do that, so it'll be obvious who the winner is. But then at the end of this, I'm going to make one last comment, and then we'll bring them up on stage for a full applause as they deserve. So this final clinical instructor said, Mason has been an absolute pleasure to work with. I know we aren't supposed to have favorites, but he truly has been the greatest of students. I'm going to stop there for just a second and read the rest of the quote, but to put it in perspective, I actually talked directly with this clinical instructor not long ago, and she too has been a clinical instructor for many students. I think she said 15 to 20 so far, and that facility also has many, many students. And so to hear her say that this student was the greatest is pretty incredible. He approached every day as a learning experience which allowed him to better himself every day. Mason is not afraid to ask questions in order to improve his own understanding and to better apply it to the next treatment session. Developing an understanding of the purpose or the why of a treatment session is so important. Mason's ability to do this every day with every patient is how I know he will be so successful in the future. During his time here, Mason changed patients' minds and opinions of what a good therapist looks like and what a good physical therapy session looks like, which is hard to do with a military and high-level sports population. He found avenues to bond and to find each patient's why so that he may better improve their ability to move and perform in their job duties. I've had multiple patients approach me to compliment Mason's attitude, dedication, and passion towards helping them to get better. One patient told me that Mason had forever changed his life as he had thought his entire career was over, but he credited Mason for giving him his career back. Last thing I'll say is this clinical instructor told me on the phone, when I ended the conversation, I said, is there anything that we can do as a university to help you as a clinical partner? And her response simply was, send me more exceptional students like Mason. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to announce the recipient of the Outstanding Clinical Performance Award for the DPT class of 2023, Mason Stitt.
Hello, my name is Katie Whetstone, and today I have the honor of giving the 2023 Mary Kessler Leadership Award. Now, this is an award that is typically given by Mary Kessler herself. If you're not familiar with who Mary Kessler is, she is currently the Dean of the College of Education and Health Sciences, and she has been in that role since 2016. But prior to that, she was actually the chair of the Department of Physical Therapy for 17 years. And she really is the one who gets all the credit for being the yes behind the inception of the ACE Care program, which you all have already heard about today. So Mary has been just a foundational leader for this program for really decades now. And so it is really an honor to get to give this award on her behalf. She wishes that she could be here, but she is just like Mary, she is serving the university in other ways today. So for this award, golly, y'all, you are all so wonderful. And when we sat down as a faculty to try to figure out who in the world we were going to give this award to, there were so many of you who your names just popped up immediately because you're all phenomenal leaders. We have seen so much out of you, so you have all given so much over the last 3 years, and we just want to recognize all of you for that. However, there is one person whose name just kept coming up as someone who we just really felt needed to be recognized in this cohort. Someone who we have relied on and called upon so many times over the last 3 years. Someone who has been a tutor for us in multiple classes, who has been a supplemental instructor for me, as well as for some of our other faculty members. Someone who has been, I think, at just about every recruitment event that we have hosted in the last 3 years, has spoken on panels, and who probably could be recognized for single-handedly recruiting a lot of the students who are now either in undergrad at the University of Evansville or are currently in the DPT program because of just her passion for UEDPT. We have also seen her be just such a leader in the classroom and also through the ACE Care organization. But let's face it, it's not really, when it comes to a leadership award, it's not really just about all the things that this person did, because she did do a lot of things. And in fact, we even had some moments where we had to protect her and tell her, hey, it's okay to say no to things. You don't have to do everything. And but it was really the way in which this person led, and not just all the things that she did, that makes her truly worthy of this award. So like Mary Kessler, the recipient of today's award is really the epitome of a servant leader. As the kind of leader over the ACE Care organization, I had the opportunity to sit in many, many meetings that Maddie led over the past year. I have witnessed Maddie just lead with such kindness, compassion. She really was able to just give the other members of the organization and the board the freedom to speak and to be creative. She really supported her classmates so very well. And I have just really admired the way that you have led your cohort over the last 3 years. We have, like I said, really relied on you, and so have they. So Maddie, thank you for everything that you have done. And please join me in celebrating Miss Maddie Franklin as today's 2023 Mary Kessler Leadership Award recipient.
Wow, if you can't tell, this class is amazing and has amazing people in it. And it's my pleasure to present the award for the Outstanding Student Physical Therapist. Obviously, you've heard time and time again, there are so many people who are deserving of this award. And I really look to this class to build the future of physical therapy. I really see in so many of you the ability to do that, and I'm excited for it. The recipient of this award demonstrates commitment to excellence, compassion, and humility, traits that rarely all go together so well. And this student, I'll give you an example of this. I want to illustrate this through examples. And I've never had this happen before with a student. It was the first time ever. It was right at the start of the program in the summer. And I get an email and it says, "Hey, Dr. Plisky, you're my advisor. Could we meet sometime, please?" And I said, "Okay, what's going on?" And this person said, "I'm really nervous about doing a good job, and I'm not sure I can do it, but I want to do everything I can. Can you give me advice? Can you tell me what to do? And I'll do it." Never had happened before, and that was the start of that commitment to excellence. If you go from a resume perspective, tremendous things: student research assistant, servant leader, and active in all 3 branches of ACE care, preseason sports physicals, member of the physical therapy club, SGA representative. Just the list goes on and on and on. But, one of the things I'm actually going to say Skylar's name right now, because this next part, I want her to soak it in, and I want family, friends, colleagues to soak it in, because it's really cool. Her classmates describe her as always more than willing to do her share of the work and even more. A hard worker, open to other people's ideas, always prepared, organized, a great communicator. Hardworking, fun, helpful, and nice. Focused, organized, efficient, and effective. Driven, dedicated leader. Wow. I mean, that is just truly, truly amazing. All of this while maintaining a 3.97 GPA in a rigorous Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Unreal. And more importantly, I think as I look, if my sons can be half the professional and person she is, it'll be a success. So congratulations to Skylar Walden for the Outstanding Student Physical Therapist Award.
Hi, everyone. My classmates are pretty cool. I'm Rachel Gomes, and I'm proud to be a 2023 graduate of UE DPT, and I am announcing the recipient of the Mary Bennett Award of Excellence for Outstanding Professor of the Year. I think all of us in the room can relate to the sentiment of getting more than we bargained for, in good ways and bad. When my classmates and I applied for PT school, I don't think any of us imagined starting graduate school in our childhood bedrooms, trying to keep the household quiet while squinting to make sure we could see our professor in the tiny little rectangle on Zoom. In the same way, I don't think we ever imagined that the professors we met through those tiny little rectangles, through masks from 6 feet apart, would become, over the years, such incredible mentors and role models to each of us. We as a class are so thankful for each of these people sitting here today. We are thoroughly obsessed with you. And we are well aware that we would not be who we are today without you. You are each a picture of leading by example and striving for excellence. One individual in particular demonstrated such humility, grace, and persistent patience that it gave us each pause, looking inward to reflect on our own character. Their unrelenting kindness, regardless of circumstance, made a mark on each of us. We collectively recognize not only their undeniable expertise, but also their truly compassionate heart. We enrolled as students to learn how to be better physical therapists, but this professor gave us more than we bargained for. She challenged each of us to be a better person. So, on behalf of the DPT class of 2023, it is my absolute privilege and deep joy to present this award to the one, the only, and the extremely deserving Dr. Charlene Nolan.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for, hooding and pinning. I'll ask each advisor to come up and place their doctoral hoods on their advisees. First up is Dr. Bethany Hebner. Dr. Emma Book. Dr. Claire Dilger. Dr. Patrick Fitzgibbon. Dr. Mitchell Lear. Dr. Jamie Jo Norwood. Dr. Holly Shainstein. Dr. Abigail Wicki. Now, Dr. Kyle Matzel will hood his advisees. Dr. Miranda Blocker. Dr. Jacob Ellison. Dr. Casey Estock. Dr. Nicholas Noblet. Dr. Andrew Tanis. Now, Dr. Swift will come hood her advisees. Dr. Christian Bale. Dr. Rachel Howie. Dr. Reagan Hummel. Dr. Abby Tinkle. Dr. Casey Vandenbark. Now Dr. Whetstone will hood her advisees. Dr. Michaela Harper. Dr. Courtney Kleppel. Dr. Jordan Meringer. Dr. Lauren Perry. Dr. Brooke Rhodes. Dr. Jacob Sampson. Dr. Lauren Schnell. Now, Dr. Liang will hood her advisees. Dr. Allison Druin. Dr. Rachel Gomes. Dr. Caroline Haddad. Dr. Riley Hancock. Dr. Maria McKay Gomez. Dr. Mary Margaret Walsh. Dr. Lexi Sutherland. Now Dr. Martineau will hood his advisees. Dr. Emily Armstrong. Dr. Lauren Hodeval. Dr. Maddie Franklin. Dr. Jalen Graber. Dr. Isabel Lin. Dr. Tyler Minnie. Dr. John Mitchell. Now Dr. Plisky will hood his advisees. Dr. Zach Blades. Dr. Leanne Hegan. Dr. Grace Kapner. Dr. Aaron Molenhoff. Dr. Mason Stitt. Dr. Skylar Walden. Dr. Jonathan Walker. Dr. Morgan Woodward.
All right, let's give a round of applause for the class of 2023. At this time, I also wanted to take a moment to recognize some of our graduates who are going on to further their education in a formal setting, and that is with residency education. In the profession of physical therapy, you can become a specialist in multiple different ways. There's ways to work in the field for years and sit for your specialty exam. And then there's also the route of doing an advanced quicker path, which is residency education. And so we have several graduates in this year's class that I wanted to recognize. So when I say your name, if you wouldn't mind please standing, and we can hold our applause to the end for all of our folks standing. First up is Dr. Jake Ellison. He is pursuing a neurological residency with the UE and St. Vincent Ascensions program. Next is Dr. Rachel Gomes. She is pursuing the acute care residency at the UE and Progressive Health residency. Next is Dr. Courtney Kopel. She's pursuing a sports residency with UE and Pro Rehab. Next is Dr. Nicholas Noblet. He is pursuing an orthopedic residency with St. Louis University. Next is Dr. Mason Stitt. He's pursuing a sports residency with UE and Pro Rehab. Next is Dr. Skylar Walden, and she is pursuing an orthopedic residency with UE and RPI in Owensboro. And last is Dr. Christian Bale, an orthopedic residency with EIM and Pro Rehab here in Evansville. Let's congratulate those that are pursuing further opportunities. The rest of the graduates, please stand. And if you are a licensed physical therapist and would like to join us in the physical therapy oath, I invite you to stand at this time as well. I will begin the pledge, and you guys continue. We will say it together. So, I pledge to hold faithful to my responsibility as a physical therapist, to use the highest science and skills of my profession at all times, to exercise judgment in the highest degree of which I'm capable when determining the treatment to be offered, to retain treatment when it's not the benefit for the patient, to always place the welfare of my patients above my own self-interest. I pledge to uphold and preserve the rights and esteem of every person placed in my care, to hold all confidence and trust, to exercise all aspects of my calling with dignity and honor. I commit myself to the highest ideal of service, learning, and the pursuit of knowledge. These things I do swear or affirm. Thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Let's give them another round of applause. You can be seated. I want to take this final opportunity to really acknowledge the people behind the ceremony today. Without them, this would not have been as beautiful as it is and amazing of a ceremony it is, and that is Mrs. Jennifer Simon and Mrs. Jerry Maddox. They are the heart and soul of our department. And they are outside setting up a reception, so they didn't get to hear the thank you. So if you do see them outside, please extend your gratitude to them in person. That would be fantastic. So at this time, it was my pleasure to have everyone here to celebrate. And what a great day to celebrate the class of 2023. For the end of today's ceremony, we have a small reception outside by the grassy knoll with some cookies. And we would like to invite all of you to stay and enjoy some fellowship with us. We will dismiss the students first so that they can get a picture out front, a group picture out in the grassy knoll. Then I will dismiss faculty and our guests. With that, we'd like to close the ceremony. We thank you all, and congratulations again, the class of 2023. At this time, we'd like to dismiss everyone. Thank you again for coming.